Welcome in, everybody. It's the Coach Matthew Mitchell Show. I'm your host, Coach Matthew Mitchell. Thank you once again for joining us. It is absolutely one of my favorite weeks of the year. In the United States, we are giving thanks this week, Thursday, November 28th. I'm here to tell you this is going to be a Thanksgiving special edition of the Coach Matthew Mitchell Show because we have so much to give thanks for. And it literally is one of my favorite weeks of the year. I love Christmas, love Easter, love 4th of July. Those are some great weeks. But I tell you, it's hard, very hard to beat Thanksgiving. I love the food on Thanksgiving. I love the process of preparation. And oh, by the way, preparation, it's a good subject for us because I want to remind you before I dig into some time-honored Thanksgiving recipes that I want to share with you to make your Thanksgiving extra special. I want to remind you that if you want to supercharge your preparation, and we believe this, preparation powerfully positions you to win, I want you to get a copy of Ready to Win, How Great Leaders Succeed Through Preparation by Matthew Mitchell. Amazon bestseller, number one bestseller already, moving up the charts, I'm sure. We are going to hit some high heights with this book, Ready to Win. As far as the book goes, you can go to readytowinbook.com, and there are some great extras, some great bonuses that you can get on that website when you buy a copy of the book, or you can buy some book packages for your office, for your coworkers, for your teammates, for your family. What a great gift it would be because the next big holiday coming up in December is closely associated with giving gifts. Christmas time be a great Christmas gift for someone so they can get prepared for 2025. But readytowinbook.com is out there in the world and rocking and rolling. You go to CoachMatthewMitchell.com and see everything that's happening in our business and what all we can offer you. But let me get to some information for you that you don't get on many leadership podcasts, but you're going to get this on the Coach Matthew Mitchell Show because I'm going to share with you a recipe that spans many generations. Now, just off the top of my head, I have not gone on Ancestry.com and looked up and verified that this is just the information that I have because this recipe may be many, many more generations old. But my great-grandmother, Mama Boyles, she made this dish. My grandmother, Ava Merle Cunningham, she made this dish. My mother, Carol Mitchell, and my father, John Mitchell, made this dish. Now we're up to 4. I'm 4. Coach Matthew Mitchell makes this dish. And my daughter, Lacey Arant, makes this dish. That's 5 generations that I'm aware of that are enjoying our cornbread dressing at Thanksgiving. And I'm going to share with you this family recipe because I believe if you have this recipe, you will be preparing to have the greatest Thanksgiving of all time. So let's get into the recipe. The first thing I want to talk to you about is how to make the cornbread. We make the cornbread from scratch. We do not go to the grocery and buy the cornbread. This is an important part of the process. So how do we make the cornbread? Well, first we have to prepare. Just like in Ready to Win book, we have to prepare, and here are the ingredients. You need cornmeal, you need all-purpose flour, you need salt, baking powder. Now keep up, folks, as we go through this. Sugar, baking soda, 1 egg, buttermilk, and you're going to need some bacon drippings, all right? And so here's what we want to do. We want to get 1 cup of cornmeal. Maybe we can put this, when this goes into editing, we can put the recipe up, or at least maybe we can put it in the show notes. We can do that, can't we, Megan? Yeah. So we're going to get 1 cup of cornmeal, 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 egg well beaten, 1 cup buttermilk, 2 tablespoons bacon drippings. I want you to sift those dry ingredients into a large bowl. Then I want you to add the egg and buttermilk. Stir just enough to blend. Don't get it too thin. Just barely enough where it's just blended together. We want to heat the baking drippings in a 9-inch skillet. And this is a part I always love. We heat that up, then we pull it out. When it's a big cast iron skillet, and we swish the grease around the sides and then pour whatever excess is into the mixture. And then we're going to get our oven to 400 degrees, folks. And we're going to put that skillet, we're going to pour the cornbread mixture back into the skillet. We're going to bake in a preheated 400-degree oven for 25 minutes or until browned on top. And I'm telling you, when you take a bite of this cornbread, you're gonna almost get derailed and forget to make cornbread dressing, because it is phenomenal homemade cornbread. All right, so you got that. So now here's where we want to go. I want to teach you, where else can you get this? Well, you can't get anywhere because it's a family recipe, 5-generation family recipe. You can't get it anywhere. I'm sure there's some cooking podcasts out there that you can maybe get some version of it. But I'm telling you, cornbread dressing is superior to the stuffing that my friends make up on the eastern seaboard. It's a superior dish, Thanksgiving dish. I really believe that. And I want you to enjoy it as much as I do. So here's the dressing, all right? Now, we're going to get 4 cups crumbled cornbread, 2 cups stale breadcrumbs. Now, I don't like to cheat. You can buy those at the grocery store. I get white bread, slice it up, sit it out on the counter overnight, let it get stale, and I believe that's the way to go. Now, if you're in a rush, you could buy them, or here's another thing that works. You can toast them, you can just lay out pieces of white bread, and you can toast them in the oven, and they'll be like toast, and you can same kind of concept there. But I like to do it the correct way, and that's to let them get stale overnight. So then we're going to need to get 1 cup of chopped celery, 2 eggs beaten, 1/3 cup of melted butter. Now listen to this, folks. 27 ounces of chicken broth. 27 ounces of chicken broth. 1 teaspoon of salt. Do not add salt if your broth is salted. I get unsalted chicken broth because I like to put my own salt in there. 1/3 teaspoon pepper. 2 to 3 teaspoons of sage. I would say probably more like 4. I like more like 4 to 6, but that's to taste. The sage is the key, I'm just telling you. Teaspoon of poultry seasoning, 1 tablespoon chopped parsley, 1/2 cup of chopped onion. And we're going to mix that cornbread with the breadcrumbs. We're going to add the remaining ingredients, not the eggs. Heat the broth, pour it over dry ingredients without the eggs because you don't want the eggs to scramble. Cover and let sit a while. Then add the eggs, then 400 degrees for 1 hour. And I'm telling you, you are going to be in Thanksgiving heaven when you serve, and your guests. They're going to be in Thanksgiving heaven. They're going to be in heaven when you serve this dish. And listen, that's free of charge to you. I give that to you willingly with kindness and generosity of heart. And I want you to have that cornbread dressing. I want you to have a thankful heart this Thanksgiving. And let's move from our recipe content to now some leadership and preparation content to really make certain that we are thankful here at Thanksgiving. And this is what I want you to be grateful for, a grateful heart. You are a leader. you are someone interested in leadership, or you would not be joining the show. Although now I may start attracting a lot of culinary. It's probably spread like wildfire, and we'll start attracting a bunch of foodies. But for right now, what I believe is that you are interested in leadership, or you are interested in personal growth, or you are interested in preparation. And so I want you to be grateful for 3 things that are very important to your leadership, to your personal growth, and to preparation. And this is 3 questions that I ask and that I've shared with you before on the podcast. But I want you to recognize that you have these 3 things, or you have the capability of acquiring these 3 things. So I want you to be grateful for your talent. I want you to be grateful for your skill or your competency. And I want you to be grateful for your energy. And these are 3 things that we need to believe we are capable of having sustained success. So in our company, in the winning tools philosophy, we don't want short-term success. We don't want one-off wins. We don't want one good season or one good week or one good quarter. We want to sustain success over time. And part of that is believing in yourself and having a strong belief in who you are and what you can accomplish in this world. And what I want to tell you is that in order to believe in yourself, to have that self-belief, we need to answer 3 questions. Do I have the talent? Do I have the skill? Do I have the energy to get the job done and to reach my goals and to begin on a journey toward who I want to be? Do you have those 3 things? I want you to be able to do is to get to a yes in all 3 of those areas. So let's talk, first of all, do I have the talent? All right? This requires you to be honest about what your gifts are. And sometimes we might have a dream of excelling in an area where we just don't have the talent. I've dreamed sometimes or have in my life that I would want to be a professional golfer, and I've shared that with people before. But I have some talent in that area, but I don't have enough talent to be a professional golfer or a professional pro quarterback or a legal accountant. I don't have the talent, the mathematical mind that I need to be a great accountant or a nuclear physicist. I don't have that talent. So recognizing what our talent is. Now, I would say that it's very difficult for you, it's your position where you are, if you have an established profession and you have a leadership position, I think it would be very hard that you have reached that place if you didn't have the talent. So what I think we have to do sometimes when we start to doubt ourselves, we have to recognize that we have the talent. We've been gifted with the talent. We have the giftedness to operate in our area. Let me say this. If you're on the beginning of your leadership journey, this is a very important question for you to explore and for you to be honest with yourself and to figure out where your talent is. And so I've told this story on the podcast before. I had the advice to be a tax attorney because that was going to lift me in business, and I was going to be able to join companies and add great value. Then I'd make a lot of money. And so that was, the only thing that I liked in that whole deal was make a lot of money as a young person. I liked that notion. So I started to major in accounting. And everything went pretty good until I started taking accounting courses. And then once I took accounting courses, it didn't go well. So recognizing where the talent is and knowing at the beginning of your journey, explore that, find that out. Now, for you listeners who are more established, you need to recognize that you have the talent. And sometimes we get in a rut. Sometimes we don't believe that we do. But we need to go back and figure out what got us to this point. What got us to this position? What got me to this position of leading a leadership platform and company? Do I have the talent? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. And I need to be grateful for that talent. I want you to be grateful on this Thanksgiving week. I want you to be grateful for the talent that you possess because it's unique and it is unique to you and you have the talent. So the second thing I want to be grateful for and that I will pause, reflect, and be very thankful for during this week is that I have acquired skills and competencies over this 30-plus career in leadership and in coaching. And I have the competency, I have the skill to do great work in my business and in my field. In the coaching world, I have acquired and earned the competency to be successful. And you most likely at your position had to earn and learn how to be competent and how to possess the skills that are necessary for you to be productive in your career. And so here's the thing about skill. I can be grateful for what I currently have, and then I can be grateful for any opportunities that come my way that will allow me to increase my skill or acquire another skill or to boost or enhance my current competency. So I need to be grateful on this week of Thanksgiving of what skills I have and the ability and the access I have to go out and acquire new skills or to improve my skills. And then the third thing is being grateful for the energy that I have, okay? And also being grateful that if we feel like we are depleted in energy, as human beings, it is possible for us to restore energy, to replenish energy, and so that can be through getting some rest, slowing down, taking some time. What a great week on Thursday and going into the long weekend, if you're able to do that, to think about replenishing and slowing down and being grateful for that time to rest and being thankful for being able to gather with people and just restore your energy. It's so important that we have energy so we can go out and accomplish what we have in front of us, what we desire in our professional life, what we desire in our personal life. We have to have energy. So if you are feeling really full of energy and excited about what's going on in life, be so grateful for that. And if you need to go get some energy, I want to encourage you to be grateful for that opportunity. Starting a new exercise program will possibly fuel you with energy. Being more prepared and getting really dialed into your schedule where you don't overschedule things and you can give yourself time to replenish and to refresh, whether that be through prayer or whether that be through reading or whether that be through just quiet time or whether that be through just kind of checking out and getting into a fun book or something like that. Whatever that is, we have to make certain that we're grateful for our energy and we're grateful for the ability to restore and replenish that. And so for you to believe in yourself as a leader, we want to get to a yes in 3 critical questions. Do I have the talent? We want to get to a yes. Do I have the skill or competency to get the job done? We want to get to a yes. And do I have the energy? And when you get to 3 yeses, I want you to be grateful for that. I want you to be grateful for making the decision to believe in yourself. Because here's what we have coming after Thanksgiving. Busy, busy month of December. But what I want you to be able to do is I want you to get yourself prepared during this last week of November as we head into the first week of December. I want you to prepare and make sure that you have a great December that is preparing you to get 2025 kicked off in fantastic fashion. So I tell you this, I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful that you would spend some time with me each week so I can talk to you about leadership and I can help strengthen your journey that you're on to personally grow as a leader and be a person of very high character. And that's what we desire here in our company and what we teach with the winning tools. And I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Please let me know. You can. We're on a lot of the platforms. I think you can probably reach out to me on Instagram and tell me how it goes. I will be posting a picture of this cornbread dressing that I generously and with grateful heart shared with you this week. I mean, you don't get that on a lot of leadership podcasts. But I'll be posting a picture, and then maybe you can reach out and tell me, what if you took a stab at it and how that went. I think it's going to go outstanding. If you prepare well and you follow the recipe that I showed you, you should do great. And you can also pick up a copy of Ready to Win, the best-selling book that is going to show you how great leaders succeed through preparation. And you also can be grateful for the ability that you have. One, you have high-speed internet, and you can go on CoachMatthewMitchell.com and engage us there and book some coaching, book a workshop, get in our 2025 mastermind. I might even bring some cornbread dressing to one of the in-person meetings next year for the mastermind. Wouldn't that be a treat? That'd be worth the price of admission there. So just go to CoachMatthewMitchell.com. Let's get going here for our future. Let's be thankful for what we have, and let's be thankful for the opportunities that we have to grow and to get better. So happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. I am so grateful for you and grateful that you would spend this time with us. We'll be back again next week, and we thank you for joining us on the Coach Matthew Mitchell Show.